I am Ellen Downey, and I am the CEO and founder of Tuff Therapeutic Riding Foundation. We are a foundation registered charity set up to provide mental health support to youth at risk in Southern Ontario. Our age groups are 12 to 20, and we help kids who are struggling with mental health issues, either individually or in groups. Most of our kids come from an agency where they're already working on some of their issues, and we put them on horses, and the horses heal them. This is Walsh. He's a retired RCMP musical ride horse, and he even went to England to perform for the Queen at Windsor Castle for her birthday. Remember that? It was a while ago, so maybe he doesn't remember. He's been with us for quite some time. And he is, I would say, one of the cornerstones of our program. We have 12 dedicated program horses for our program, and each kid is matched with a horse and a volunteer for 10 weeks. And over those 10 weeks, they learn basic horsemanship, but they also address their mental health issues in stages, and are able to really gain a lot out of the relationship that they form with their horse, and the empowerment and self-esteem that it gives them, the ability to emotionally regulate themselves and to feel in control of something. Many of our kids have never felt in control of anything, and so this allows them to feel empowered and in control, and for many of them change their lives as a result of that relationship. 30 years ago, I was supervising a day treatment school for youth at risk in Alberta, and one of the people that I worked with suggested that we take the 45 junior high kids that we had at the school out to the mountains and put them on horses, and I thought that would be crazy. Except when we did it, when we took them out there, we realized how calm it made the kids and how impactful it was for their mental health, and how much further we were able to get with our work with them as a result of taking them there. So we did it every Wednesday. We'd close down the school and take them out to the foothills in Alberta. Yeah, you like that story? And then I thought, oh, if I ever have the opportunity, I'm going to do this. So I've been a social worker for 30 plus years with Youth at Risk. That's my group, or that's the client group that I've always worked with. And I just felt it was important to provide a program like this for our kids, because they're often not the most sympathetic group. A lot of people aren't not as sympathetic to them as they are to many other groups who are suffering. And our kids really benefit from it, and they really change, and that's what's so amazing. So how does our program work? We match our kids with a horse for 10 weeks. I try to match each kid with a temperament that is suitable to their horse. And having years of experience with Youth at Risk, it's easy to tell what's going on with them by, are they making eye contact with me? Aren't they making eye contact with me? And I know my horses really well. So I always match a kid with Walsh that is a little nervous, because Walsh likes to take care of his kids. He's very conscious of how big he is, but he really likes to take care of them. So they would come here and groom their horses first. Every time they arrive, they will groom their horses. We run for about 2.5 hours each session. And we're either in our indoor arena or we're in our outdoor arena. And at the end of each group, each session, we talk about what was good about today, what wasn't good about today, and what do we want to work on for next week. So we set some goals. But the opportunity for the kids to talk about what was good and what wasn't good is also a starting point for our conversations about how they're feeling about themselves and where they're at. Backing up, I also do a check-in. When they first come in, every day we check in and I ask them for an emotional word that describes how they're feeling at that moment. And so then when we do our conversation at the end, that's kind of rude, we check in with that word and see if that word's changed. And oftentimes kids will come in and say, I'm very angry, I'm very depressed, I'm very scared. And at the end of that evening, they'll say, I feel so much more, I feel calm, I feel relaxed, I feel grounded, I feel centered. Those are very common words that we get from our kids. I get a lot of feedback from my kids during the sessions and after the sessions, as well as testimonials from the kids about how it's impacted their lives. It's also been wonderful to get feedback from parents and clinical people who are working with the kids who say this program helped them enormously, saved their lives, stopped them from wanting to suicide, gave them a sense of themselves that they didn't have before. Most important, not most important, but one of the ones that really sticks out for me is when they talk about how it gave them a voice. And so many of our kids right now don't feel like they have a voice. And horses, your interaction with horses, even though they don't talk, there is a language that you need to employ to have a relationship with them. And you need to assert yourself in a positive way. Thank you. So we are a not-for-profit registered charity, and all of our funding comes from fundraising through private and corporate donations and private individuals because we can give tax receipts. Recently, we were awarded a Trillium grant and with the specific goal in mind to develop relationships in Simcoe County, because that's where we're located. And it's a three-pronged relationship building that we're looking at. We're looking at new partners for referring agencies for our kids. We're looking at new partnerships with volunteers, people who are interested in helping us, because we really count on our volunteers. And thirdly, we're looking for financial partnerships, people who are willing or interested in partnering with us going forward and helping sustain us. Looking after 12 to 14 program horses costs a lot of money. Almost all of the money goes to the care of the horses, the feeding of the horses, their blankets, their shoes, their veterinary care, their dentistry, because everybody needs the dentist, right? It's not their favorite thing either, but they all see the dentist at least once a year. And blankets for the winter, fly masks for the summer. So all of those things add up. And then, but as I said, we run with volunteers, and we have 2 part-time staff people and me, and that's it. We do hope to expand. We want to provide more services. We are looking at really, supporting youth mental health, because we know that teenagers do not love sitting across the desk from a therapist talking about their issues. But being with a horse is a whole different thing, and it teaches them things that a therapist might never achieve with just having that conversation across the desk. So this unconventional approach we have found is really, really successful. And we provide service currently for a lot of agencies in our community and in Dufferin County as well. We work with the 2SL LGBTQI+ group in Orangeville, and we provide a summer program for them. We work with a lot of other agencies. We have a partnership with Covenant House in Toronto. So we really are kind of everywhere. But we are interested in our neighbors and in our community in Simcoe, and really want to develop that. If you want to get in touch with us, we have a website, tufftherapeuticriding.com. On that website, you're going to see all kinds of things. You're going to see all of our horses, including Walsh. You're going to see pictures of what we do and explanations of what we do, and also ways to contact us. It's probably the easiest is to contact us through email. If you're looking for services, if you're looking to volunteer, we actually even have a volunteer application on the site. And if you're just looking to, if you want to donate horse stuff to us, we're always looking for that as well. So please reach out to us that way. We're also on Instagram, and our Instagram handle is @TuffRiding. So please, reach out. We want to hear from you.